Okay, this is all wool carpet. This is a spot where the dog threw up. And this is a 2-day process. This is day 1. And you can see the ring around the cleaner. She used Folex, which is a cleaner that actually has an oxidizer in it, so it's not really good to use on wool. And on 100% wool, this is an expensive home on Bainbridge Island. I explained to her that the Folex that she used that and something else, I can't remember, but you can actually ruin natural fibers by using the wrong products. You can get a permanent cellulose brownout. It appears what's going on here. I'm trying to neutralize it with a acidic white distilled vinegar. And you can't use too many products on wool. So when you get issues like this where somebody's already used something, you want to let them know that you can't guarantee, that you can get it out. And she did blot all of the vomit up. I think it's just the browning, possibly from the chemical, the Folex, as well as maybe a little bit of uric acid that was in the bile or in the throw up. So I'm using my little fish tool to kind of work the product into these areas. Not too rough, but it's got those little square edges to it, or pattern I should say, almost like a burlap sack. But it will get darker as I spray it. That's natural. You have to let this carpet fully dry before you see the true appearance. And like I said, this is a 2-day process. Day 1 is right here, and I came out and I thought maybe I would, when she told me she used Folex, I went ahead and I thought I would neutralize the alkaline on this, and also probably she used a lot of water, so it could be water staining. And so I wanted to press all that out. And again, you don't want to really scrub it. But when somebody's, already treated it, you got to do what you can do. Otherwise, the next step will be a repair, which would be a cut and plug. And we'll wait and see what happens with the results here. It's always hard to tell on wool. Mist over it a little bit more. You can see some of the matter was still on there. Gonna have to go wash my hands. There's a bathroom upstairs, and I probably should have wore gloves, but you see all that. And this is a regular customer. I'm familiar with her dogs. They're great. It's a white lab that was sick. She has a white lab and a black lab. Okay, so it's hard to tell, like I said, if I've neutralized all of that Folex that she sprayed on there. You know, I could, if I had the blow dryer with me, I would blow dry this section. And here it is almost fully dry. So this is day 2. And turns out the dog got sick in a few more spots. This corner here, back behind the door. And this time she did not use the Folex. She put a little white distilled vinegar in some warm water. And today I'm going to, looks like this is pretty much neutralized. I sprayed a little bit of it with the citric acid that I bought. I don't know if you guys saw that video a couple videos back. It was not that expensive. I think it was $19 for 10 pounds. And immediately the citric acid, which is a lemon, started to neutralize this. So you could still see the ring around that area. So I brought the small shot back up with me for spotting. I got actually a 3% hydrogen peroxide and a tablespoon of the citric acid. You want to be real careful with hydrogen peroxide. The 3% not strong enough to really destroy the wool or do anything, but it will definitely help with the citric acid to neutralize it and also maybe bubble it up so I can stomp it out of there with a pad. And you'll see just as I start to spray, I think this one's probably fully neutralized now just from the peroxide and the citric acid. So I'll work on that one a little more, but I'll focus on this one for the video. You can see it start to bubble up a little bit. So stay tuned and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, I'm gonna blot, since I used a little bit of the 3% hydrogen peroxide, we want to blot out any more matter that's in there, and then I'll use the shop vac just to clear out any extra moisture. I did have to take my shoes off. I'm not sure why my shoes, they pick up everything, and then I end up bringing it into the home. So I bought a pair of Crocs, some black slip-on Crocs, and I didn't have them in the van with me today, but they're going to be my house shoes. So when I get to the door, I'll just switch and slip on the house shoes for indoor work, so I don't bring anything into the carpet and have to pick it up or vacuum it. All right, I'm going to vacuum out the moisture here, so stay with me. Okay, I'm repeating the process. If your dog threw up at home, you can do the same thing. Just some 3% hydrogen peroxide. Make sure you blot it real good. First, clean with warm water and vinegar. Get everything up, and then if you have any staining or bile left on there, color, a little bit of the hydrogen peroxide. You don't have to mix it with water, just straight 3% hydrogen peroxide. Blot it all out. If you have a shop vac, this particular shop vac I think was $19 at Walmart years ago. A little tiny one. Perfect for this situation, for spotting. So I'll blot here, just repeating the process, and then I'll shop vac it up. And then I'll blow dry with a blow dryer, and just to make sure it turns white. And if it turns white and you can't see it, I may do one post mist with the hydrogen peroxide, and it does have 1 tablespoon of citric acid powder that I put into a 32-ounce bottle. So 32 ounces, I think it's a 16 ounce. It's one of those Zep bottles. You can see it right there. This one's completely gone. Back by the bed. Now we'll turn the blow dryer on and see if it starts to turn white again. Okay, I have another job to get to, so I'm going to let that fully dry, put a fan on it. That one looks like it's completely neutralized and gone. This one, once it's fully dry, that'll be a success. And then the one behind the door. So I appreciate you guys joining me for another episode. Give it a thumbs up and like, comment, and subscribe.